I'm Ami.
I'm sorry about that.
I'm Los. And today we want to bring up the elephant in the room. So, guys, for the past 4 years, right, you're doing content. Which content brings us actually? Which content brings our clients happy actually? Is it the paid content or organic content? I think it depends. What's your objective of the content? Some of it can be for conversion. Some of it, they just want engagement in the social media to keep their feed alive and how they connect with the audience. That's what I feel.
Definitely, I think organic. Promotional content, as Losh said, if it's the intent is to sell for a campaign, it works. But what I think is happening here is that over the time, cost advertising is also going up, right? And a lot of brands the smaller ones are suffering in the sense that they have to got more and more ad budgets to meet the demands. So that's where I feel now organic with the rise of TikTok and all that has opened up all the platforms to like give out more free reach across all the platforms. You can call it LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, of course, even Facebook Reels. Now everyone has got like suddenly reach again. Yeah. Right? The reason being is that the big boys have money now to like go and buy like a YouTube ad, like how they used to buy on TV. More and more of them are going to like spend money on like advertising, like how they did on TV. I'm not sure if you guys noticed that 12 o'clock sharp, you'll see a McDonald's ad every day now. This is something like these guys are spending massive to pay. Like dead on center 12 o'clock, you'll see a McD ad for sarapan pagi ke or something like that. You will see. So these are the leverage they have. They have the money to spend. So how you are going to bid at that point of time to get that slot? It's going to be expensive. So you will get views, but you will get like, maybe a small segment of those audience and stuff like that. So I think this is going to be a big factor of why everybody is going to go to organic in the first place. I think more points to that, but yeah, go ahead first.
No, true lah. Like, not saying that paid doesn't work. But like, I think people with like a strong brand presence, they are the ones who can like leverage their platform better. For the rest of business owners, we still kind of have to like rely on like the charm of the video, the idea and the messaging behind the video. Not to mention that customers are getting smarter nowadays and detecting like when they see an ad. Sometimes the fact that they see sponsored posts, they just start to feel like, oh, who's asking me? Well, is it ad? Okay, so I just, let me just say, if it's organic, I just feel that there's going to be a lot of thought process needed for it to reach the level of like paid. For example, if I'm going to pay $10 for a content to be boosted up versus an organic content that has no money there, you have to be uniquely different for it to even compete with the paid content, even a $10 boosted content. So you can't just churn out. That process of creating the organic content needs to be really well thought of, a proper structure where there's a book, there's a message, a reason for them to stay in the video towards the end. Because the longer they're there, the more views they rake in. So I feel that, yes, organic can be a solution, but it needs to be really well thought of and not, yes, volume, but also quality.
Yeah, I like to double down on that. The whole misconception that we have is that we have to post like, not calling out names, but the Gary Vee style of like, you got to post like 5 times a day, 6 times a day just to compete. I think that this whole thing is taken out of context. You can post 5 times a day, but if you post garbage 5 times a day, nobody's going to see.
Yeah,
right?
Agreed.
And I think if you post 1 a day or even once a week, but if you're posting like quality stuff, you have your audience, you know what they want. For example, NKBHD. If you watch his, he's the number 1 tech reviewer. Yeah. You watch his content every time he posts it, you will watch it because it's that much of quality and time spent into their content. Right. So that's definitely an advantage, and you don't have to post every day to reach his level.
Yeah.
Quality still matters in this game of content of organic. Maybe in the about a few years back, quantity wins. But I think now we are shifting because there's so much of clutter of content out there. I think it's not about just throwing yourself out there. It's about making sense, making sure the quality of the content is good. Right. One point I'd like to make is that promotional content, in the context of brands versus personal brand. Personal brand is something that, people want to relate to human beings. You create your own brand and people will see you and all that. But how many of you are like following companies? Like, do you follow like, let's say Coca-Cola or, and I don't follow them. I mean, the brand, but I have not consumed any of their content that even they create organic also. Nothing has popped up in my feed. I drink Coke every day or something like that, but I don't see Coke. And maybe ads once in a while and all that. They have toned down ads. But I tell you what, they've been doing really well. Do you guys know Coke Studio?
Yeah, Coke Studio, no, I've not heard.
Okay, it's, I'm not sure if they're doing this like in every region, but in India, there's this show, a music show that they do. It's they'll jam with famous musicians. Like in India, you have A.R. Rahman and all the famous musicians.
Yep.
Then they have this show that they run on YouTube specifically called Coke Studio. So they basically produce and they I'm not sure if they're producing it, but they are definitely branding it behind it with the whole word Coke Studio.
Yeah.
And the Coke bottle and all that. It's been going on for years. I think the last I'm talking about like I came across this like 6-7 years ago.
Wow.
But they still do it today. I kind of like somehow a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I saw this content. They were doing it. And I think that's amazing because that's something that I would watch. It's music. It's the show. And you're placing your brand in there. So I think organic content should be really thought in this way also. It's not necessary you posting in your own account. You should be like creating a show and placing your brand on top of it. That's how I think big companies and even small companies can start leveraging social media. Get out of the idea of like you got to post only on your account. You can post anywhere, but create brand awareness using methods like this.
So it's more of collaboration.
Yeah.
Because if not, they see it as this doesn't match our brand identity. But your brand identity is like what's making people visit your page at the end of the day, right?
And it's not that, businesses create content means or every business has to go online and create content. You have to create it in a smart way.
Yeah.
Not in a way where it's feel like just vomit. And then, as you said, it is going to be just vomit. Definitely, then you have to go the route of ads because nobody watch your vomit.
I think people can call out when they see so much of volume, but very minimal quantity or value given. So I feel that, yes, volume matters, but quality in the volume matters more, I feel. If you want to make it big, you've got to put in value out there, I feel. That's my personal input.
And then that's why I think like even organically UGC content works well. Like there are like these funny video creators, influencers out there. I'm just calling out Arvin, for example. If you see in his video, definitely the Machi Rosma and all those things. A lot of companies now get him to be on board to promote products. Like there's one recently is selling this Nescafe product. I'm not sure if you saw that, but that kind of videos, we should do a review, by the way, on that.
Keep that in mind, maybe episode 2.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Those are golden content.
Yeah.
They really convert. They pop up on the feed. And the moment you pop up on the feed, you are hooked to it because of his character, charisma, and all that things. So I think organic not only is collaboration, it's also what are you trying to do?
Yeah.
Who are you doing it with? And what intent? So if you are just salesy on your account and only you want to focus on your account kind of thing, it's not going to work.
Agreed. Scene is very like saturation of stuff. Yeah. Like people are actually trying to cancel out these things. So we need to create content that is meaningful to them only.
One more thing I think to take note is the rise of paid content. Meaning to say, for example, YouTube Premium. I think in my household itself, I already have 3 people who subscribe to YouTube Premium.
Wow.
Who don't want to see ads. They're like, I'm fed up of seeing ads. And I think, you are a subscriber of YouTube.
Yeah.
So we already are moving towards the generation like accepting platforms like YouTube to be your Netflix.
Yeah.
You pay for content, right? So I'm paying for it. I don't want to see ads. But it's going towards that generation, that time where we are ready to pay for content. The subscription model.
Yeah.
So just imagine this happening across the board. X. X has also the same feature. You pay for premium subscriptions and you don't see ads.
Okay.
So across platforms, I'm sure Meta, Instagram, and all this are also going to be doing that soon, and people are going to subscribe to it. So how do you then influence people who don't want to see ads anymore? There's no way, rocket science, we did whatever. You can't. So the only way is to create good content to even show up in this speed. So this is a long-term thing that's going to happen. Ad cost is going to rise because the pool is going to get tighter.
It'll be too saturated.
So the big boys are going to spend millions. So you are left out to just create organic content. So if you don't game up or come up with a creative way to create organic content, to stand out, starting today, I think you're going to lose out a lot. So if you're a new brand, if you're a new company or even a small company trying to grow your business online, first thing you got to do is start investing in organic content that matters, not just vomit, but with intent. So you have a concept, you want to say something, for example, a podcast like this. It's also okay. You can be a company, or if you're in the service sector, a podcast will do fine. You can talk about topics like this. Yeah. And what's your thoughts on this?
I feel that, this definitely matters. And coming back to the point of where organic is going to be, I wouldn't say the future, but it's going to be a very crucial process in reaching your marketing objectives, for example. And I feel that without without organic content, it's hard for you to reach your marketing objective. For example, say I have a startup and I just bank on paid content, and I'm just leveraging on that, and I'm not doing anything for the organic. I will definitely lose out because I need to form a community. I need to engage with the audience. I need to show, what sets me different. They can't tell through advertisement that, okay, this guy is different. They need to see, how are we approaching certain communities? What sets us different? Basically, the branding. So organic not only helps in the feed, it tells a story, which I think is very crucial for any startups, in fact, if they're going to make it. So that's my 2 cents on that.
I agree so much because, even if you are team paid ads, I feel it's harder to create content or ads when it's paid because, for instance, your choice of music to use in the background, all this, when we want to experiment, we have all these good ideas. And then suddenly, that will get taken down because copyright this, copyright that. But when you're doing something on a free platform like just IG Reels, you can see the difference. You can check on your phone now. If you use a business account and a creator account, they have different tools.
Yeah.
And I feel like the creator account is just much more fun.
Yeah, you have full freedom to create, and it's not going to be stopped by all the the guys in the quality control. So I feel that you can express more of your
your audience. You can be more convincing to your audience.
Exactly.
I think I'm not going to downplay ads here. Ads is still definitely going to be in the near future, still definitely a big opportunity. But definitely a big opportunity for people with deeper pockets.
Oh yeah.
And so what we're trying to say here is, if you are small businesses with limited budgets, then maybe ads is not your way to go. You should start investing now in your organic strategy. But for companies that have budgets and I think willing to spend on campaigns and stuff like that, definitely creating good quality content helps to actually brand awareness ads still with. So it boils down back to the creative as well. You don't go and create a lousy looking image ad and then say, why is this not converting? It also matters in the creative has to be cheeky enough or to be enough to stop you from scrolling. Because you're paying that for the real estate for people to stop. So if you don't have a creative that's stopping people, there was the plan on paying it in the first place. So that's one. One more thing before we wrap up, I think we can touch on is about humanizing content. We live in a world where we look up to personal brands. We say, we can argue, but we can say that Elon Musk drives Tesla, SpaceX, or whatever he says impacts share prices and stuff, right? Tim Cook, whatever he says, or maybe may affect Apple. Some of Alex Hormoz,
Carol Aming in somewhere.
yeah, Malaysian context, Malaysian context, Carol Aming, and all this. So I think that is true. But then how do you, as brands, how do you then get into this whole the whole content thing, right? I think it's about humanizing your company. So not only your personal brand is going to help your business, but I think business itself should become personal, should become human.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want to watch a content from a company that says like, hey, how to do this or how to do that. But give me a content like from a company saying like, suddenly a random employee comes up and say, hey, you bought that MacBook Pro. Like for example, Farah, I know got the new MacBook Pro. Shout out to Farah there, who's our creative director.
MacBook Pro.
So Farah is a new MacBook Pro. So if I was watching, say, Herbet content, I think a good content for us would be to like make a review of the product from a studio point of view. Hinting on content ideas. So this kind of content hits to maybe people like me. Like I would watch like other, creatives in another company, like what are they into? What are the products they use? Where did they go for lunch as a team? How did they celebrate? So I think that the behind the scenes, you got to open up a little bit more rather than being just salesy.
Yeah, people want to see the process. They don't want to look for things they can Google, right?
Exactly. So yeah, I think that personal brand is probably, you can say like, hey, I want to do this and all those things. But I think companies, there's a huge opportunity if you're going to start vlogging your company. Like open up, let all your staff get together and vlog together, a day in life in your office. These are things that I think general audience will want to see. What's different.
I think they also want to see like behind the scenes of how certain things are done, how certain processes is done, especially from an agency standpoint, which I think it's quite, because certain companies, they're a bit PNC when it comes to, streamlining processes of like how we execute certain campaigns. But if we're very open about it, if we're very transparent, I think we are likable and we are also very trustworthy. We give out that POV. That's what I feel. So I feel that will eventually become an ROI for us, for brands that are maybe looking to hire an agency and they know how we do things. So they like the culture of the company. So I think that comes down to also like, being engaging to the community and like showing like, hey, this is us, we're not trying to hide anything. This is who we are. And, it's not an upsell. We're not selling anything. We're just expressing like what we do on a day-to-day. So I think people love that. People love transparency. And that's why I think that more companies should do something like that.
Nicely put. And I think that's all points from me. Anything else from you guys?
Episode 2. Yeah, do you need to say that? Don't forget to like and subscribe. I still read that.
Yeah, we should do that.
Yeah. Yes.